Hello guys, welcome to Algorithms Made Easy. My name is Rajat and today we will be discussing the question Fibonacci number. A Fibonacci number, commonly denoted as Fn, from a sequence called a Fibonacci sequence, such that each number is the sum of the two preceding ones, starting from 0 and 1. So the 0th Fibonacci number is 0 and the first is 1, and nth number will be summation of the n-1 Fibonacci number and n-2 Fibonacci number. So when n is equals to 2, it is the sum of first and 0th Fibonacci number, which gives us 1. And similarly the rest of the examples. The given constraint states that the value of n can be ranged from 0 to 30. So this is a pretty easy problem. So we will directly jump on to the coding part. As we know that for all the values that are less than or equals to 1, that is 0 and 1, we need to directly return the number itself. So we will do just that. And then we know that a Fibonacci number n is a summation of n-1 Fibonacci number and n-2 Fibonacci number. So we can just find those two numbers as well. So they will be n-1 plus the n-2 number. So this is the basic recursive approach solution. So let's try to run this code. So it ran successfully. Let's submit this. So it got submitted successfully. The time complexity in this case is 2 raised to power n, while the space complexity is n. Now, how we can further reduce the time complexity? If we see it when we are trying to find n-2 Fibonacci number, we have already calculated that value inside this Fibonacci n-1 number. And similarly, there are many numbers that we have already calculated, but as we are not storing any of these numbers, we are recalculating it, thus increasing the time complexity. So what we can do is, we can have a array which we will call as dp, and the size of this array is 31, as the maximum n that can reach is 30. Now all we need to do is, we need to store this value that we are getting into our dp value present at this nth place. So rather than returning this recursive, we will place this value inside this dp of n array, and then we will return the value present at this dp array. Now we need to check that if the value is already present at this dp of n or not. If it is greater than 0, the value, then we need to return that value. So that's complete the part wherein we are using memoization in order to store the intermediate results. So now let's try to run this code. So it ran successfully. Let's submit this as well. So it got submitted successfully. The time complexity now becomes O of n, and the space complexity still remains O of n, as we are doing a recursive approach, and in order to maintain the recursion stack, we need that much of space. Now we can convert this recursive approach into an iterative one, thereby saving the space complexity. You can have look at the code in the solution tab itself. They are storing the previous two values and using that in order to find the next value. Now there is another approach that we can use, which is called matrix exponentiation. It uses a matrix of 2 by 2 and then find the result. So we keep on updating this matrix and thereby get the result. In this case, the complexity reduces to log n, but the space complexity also increases to log n. And now the final method that they have is called math, which uses the golden ratio and which is called Binet's formula, which directly calculate the nth Fibonacci number by using this particular formula, which is math.round of power of golden ratio to the n divided by square root of 5. Now the time and space complexity given over here is O of 1. I'm not sure about the time complexity, as math.power should take some amount of time and won't give the answer in O of 1 time itself. So there are many ways in order to solve this particular problem. So do check out all the approaches. Do let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching this video. See you in the next one.